All right, we're at the start of the journey, taking this 68 Mustang from Colorado all the way to Connecticut. So far I've only made it to Garden of the Gods, but had to stop and dry my, adjust my mirrors. Heading up to my brother Dave's house, then we're heading over to Andrew's house. It's a kind of a bittersweet thing. This car is my dad's car. It's been his car for 55 years. He picked it up a week before me. So sad to see it go out of his area, but I'm really excited about this car, and I think we're gonna have a great time with Andrew and I going across the country. So we're on our way. All right, heading out. Foggy morning. Firestone, Colorado.
3 hours in, we hit our first state line and the car was running great.
Welcome to Nebraska.
Bye, Colorado. Hello, Nebraska. After 10 minutes in Nebraska, we entered Kansas. Little did we know this would be the last chance we got to stop and take pictures with the sign.
We're in Kansas now. Rest of the day.
Oh yeah.
Coming into Bird City, we're going to stop for some Mexican. No one behind us. No one ahead of us. Just us. Lunch at Los Vaqueros. It's really good. People stopped and took a picture of our car, and we ran into a couple that had seen us gassing up and was wondering what we were doing driving on such a terrible road day for weather-wise. So far, I've had at least 3 conversations about the car just today. We're driving on an actual brick road in Kansas. It's kind of bumpy, and I see why they replaced them. For the record, trucks hauling cows smell just about like you'd expect them to.
Once we were back on the highway and past that truck, a couple hours had gone by and we decided to stretch our legs by getting out at the geographic center of the continental United States, where we learned something interesting.
We're here in Lebanon, Kansas, and it turns out that a guy was inspired by the cedars of Lebanon, so he brought cedars from Lebanon and planted them here. So they've got the cedars of Lebanon in Lebanon.
We admired the trees for a little bit, then after one more glamour shot of the car, we were ready to hit the road. We stopped at this 1950s style diner for dinner, and then we booked it to the hotel to call it a night.
We're off.
Yep. Goodbye, Kansas. Well, goodbye Kansas morning. We've got our window taped up there for proper wind sealing. We, in theory, have windshield washer fluid now.
And we're hopefully heading to 78 degrees instead of the 42 here.
Good thing the heater works. We're crossing over the mighty Missouri River here.
There she is.
So long, Kansas.
All right, so we're
Welcome to Missouri.
no picture at the Missouri line. But
Alas. We're not in Kansas anymore. Immediately after entering Missouri, we stopped at the Pony Express Museum for a history lesson and to goof around a little bit.
This is a crafted wooden horse in a stable.
Looking at your 1860s wagon train here when you coming out west on the Oregon Trail. You got your nails to build houses. Got your whiskey, your washboard, got your food, your sugar, and you've got your toaster, so you can make toast in the morning for breakfast.
Would you buy a Mustang for the Pony Express? Yes, a good buy for the Pony Express. We've chosen the right car.
After 2.5 years of service, the Pony Express was replaced with the railroad, and we paid our tribute to this iron giant before driving all the way across the state of Missouri to get some lunch and to stop in Hannibal, the birthplace of Mark Twain, where this town has really leaned into the Tom Sawyer theme.
We're at the Mark Twain cave. Gonna see if we can rescue Becky Thatcher as well.
Mark Twain was obsessed with this cave, visiting every opportunity he got. And you can see why. These caverns are stunning. Our tour guide was fantastic, explaining all of the intricacies of the cave during the tour, and we even got to see some of the local wildlife. But after enduring one too many cave puns, we were eager to get back on the road and continue our journey.
It's the Mississippi River. So we're in Illinois now. Out of Missouri. Just cruising down. We're in quite a rainstorm, but it's making a little vortex on our window. It's doing circles. It's kind of rainy. We have a little water coming in the rainstorm here. Maybe quite a bit of water. It's okay, we have shop towels, but I just hope hopefully the rain, it's really coming down. We've mopped up the water as best we can. You can't tell it, but this used to be the site of a World War II ordnance facility. But it's just a field now, which is lovely. So we're gonna go on to Decatur.
It was dark and wet crossing over into Indiana, so this is the best picture we could get under the conditions.
I've arrived. We're in the Billy Creek room, which has got a school theme to it. We were just told by the owner that it's being converted to a, why is that doing blur? It's being converted to a motorcycle room, but I forgot about the time change, so we're getting a little bit late, but this is like a cute old school motel. They just said, just come in, we'll leave the keys on the bed and let everything unlocked for you, so you're all set. But they seem really sweet. It's fun times. Good night, everyone.
We woke up to an overcast yet pleasant fall morning. After we got breakfast at a jail that had been converted into a hotel, we went back to the Mustang to get it warmed up.
All right, it's day 3. Warming it up. Here's our little motel. We're room 8 right there. Sleepy little Indiana town.
The night before, Dad and I discovered that not too far from our motel was a covered bridge called the Collins Bridge. Since it wasn't too far off our path, we decided to see if we could go find it.
Approaching the Collins covered bridge.
Edna Collins. Oh, it's Collins Lane.
Oh, Collins, we were lied to. Maybe we weren't lied to. There's a controversy. Edna Collins on this side, Calling on the other.
The opportunity was just too cool to pass up, so we spent the next half hour or so taking photos and videos of the car with the bridge. After we'd had our fun with the bridge, we got back on the road to our next stop for the day in Crawfordsville, Indiana, a rotary jail built in the late 1800s. This place was wild. The jail itself was attached to the sheriff's house, and like the name implies, the entire cell block turns, so there's only one entrance and no need for locks. It's probably for the best that this type of jail was phased out, as the rotary mechanism had a tendency to amputate inmates who hung their arms through the bars to relax, which maybe seems like a bit too steep of a punishment for someone who hasn't even been convicted of a crime yet. After a fascinating look into that little-known piece of American history, we got back on the road and started making our way towards our next stop.
Welcome to Ohio, the heart of it all.
You're telling me it's all Ohio?
Always has been.
Our next stop was the British Transportation Museum in Columbus. This hidden gem of Ohio had a wide variety of classics from across the pond, from MGs to the Reliant Robin, the infamous three-wheeled car popularized by Top Gear. But by far our favorite part of this place were the owners. They loved talking about the cars, and they even let us go back and tour the back of the shop where they do the restorations. We talked with these guys for more than an hour, and if time had allowed, we would have stayed even longer. We got back on the road feeling a little more high class from our visit.
Buffeting. All right, I'll worry about those cannons. You worry about those TIE fighters. Just a few more seconds. Almost there. Right there it is. Welcome to wild and wonderful West Virginia. Don't let black lung steal your time.
The rest of the night was uneventful as we made our way to our hotel and hit the sack.
It's a pretty rainy day this morning for our last day. A little bit of that, most of that's my foot. So we had a little bit of water coming in from there, so could be an exciting day. 100% chance of rain the whole way there.
The first order of the day was to cross over the Pennsylvania border and stop at this local diner for breakfast.
This has pretty much been our view all day. Fog, rain, trees.
But absolutely beautiful, beautiful trees and the colors.
True. And no leaks. So that's good.
While we didn't have anything planned for our final day, our drive through Pennsylvania did take us through downtown Pittsburgh and Scranton.
New York? Should be. But there's no welcome sign. Are they not welcoming us to New York?
Wow, New York just hates us.
That's harsh.
There's gotta be a sign somewhere.
At least thanks. heart the apple. We don't welcome you.
We seem to have some trouble locating the last couple state line signs, so please bear with us.
I don't think that's the Connecticut, but maybe. Are we being welcomed?
Yeah, Connecticut Welcome Center.
Oh, there's a
Rest
welcome
area
center, but
two.
this isn't your welcome.
A rest area 2. New York also gave you a sign like half a mile back.
Alright, Connecticut doesn't seem to offer us much of a welcome. Just a way station and a prime vehicle. Hateful. The welcome's over there. It won't even focus on it. It's like the phone refuses to say that welcome sign.
You know,
Just made it to Connecticut. Very wet.
After 1,900 miles over the course of 4 days, the Mustang made it to Connecticut without a single mechanical issue. How many other 55-year-old cars can do that? This is truly a testament to how well Grandpa took care of this car. My dad and I both made some lifelong memories over this trip, and I hope you enjoyed coming along with us in this video. Thanks for watching.